20-13 is the final. Michigan survives and defeats Rutgers today, Sam. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Michigan came out, knocked Rutgers in the mouth. They had that big 17-play drive. You're thinking, oh, this is the same Michigan offense. And they get it going for a couple drives, and then they just stalled in the second half. Give Rutgers offense credit.
Yeah.
They were able to do some great things offensively. Michigan's defense held on. But let's talk about this Michigan offense.
Yeah.
Obviously, 64 rushing yards in that first drive. Really didn't do much after that. I mean, let's start there.
Yeah, 64 rushing yards in the first drive, 48 the rest of the game. And first of all, give Rutgers a lot of credit. They are not a doormat of a team. They are better, and especially offensively. But what we saw today is that when Michigan runs up against a decent defense, we'll call Rutgers, they got decent players. I mean, Greg Schiano's a defensive coach. You run up against a decent team, and you can't pass the ball consistently, and your quarterback isn't a run threat, they can't just run them over. Mm-hmm. Like you said, well, they did that against Washington. Washington's second game of the season, all right? Mm-hmm. Michigan busts out all that counter, all those variations of counter that they hadn't been shown before. It's a new wrinkle, and they ran it to death. Mm-hmm. Well, now you're another game into you got the Washington game on tape, you got Northern Illinois on tape, and you got a decent defensive coach. Mm-hmm. So now you get in this game, and you're trying to run it when the pass isn't working and your quarterback isn't a run threat, and it's not working as well. Right. You got to be able to throw the football, especially if your quarterback isn't a run threat. So what is Michigan's alternative? You know, Jim said that K was out of rhythm. You got to believe. I'm not sitting here advocating for a change, and they need to change the quarterback. You don't change the quarterback at the first sign or even the second sign of adversity. But as I've been saying for a little while, even when things were better, I mean, looking better than they did offensively today, even after the Northern Illinois game where things looked really good, I said, hey, working JJ into the equation helps them now, because even when Cade is going good, it gives you an alternative. It gives you a change up, right? You aren't just off speed. You got the fastball that you could bring in off the bench,
right?
Because he can run some. He has a good arm. But even if you want to be ultra conservative, you saw with Noah Vedral. Noah Vedral is not setting passing records over there, but you see how much it helps a team. That if they're challenged throwing the football, how much it helps a team if their quarterback is a run threat. They were zone reading the crap out of Michigan. They couldn't stop it. That's why it was so impressive to see the defense bow up like it did. That was, man, that's clutch.
So let's get to the defense. Obviously, Rutgers came out. They were driving down the field. They got the touchdown. They got held to a field goal, missed a field goal. Michigan's defense sort of had that bend but don't break philosophy, it seemed, in the second half. But it all concluded with the big hit. They get the fumble. I mean, the defense saved the day.
They did.
But there were still some things that you're out there going, okay, they got to improve there.
Yeah, so a couple of things. And this is one of the ways, if you looked at our pregame sort of stories, I talked to Vance Bedford, former defensive coordinator, all over the place, Louisville, Texas. You go down the line, and defensive backs coach at Michigan. Now, he had Charles Woodson, so it's easy for Vance to say Michigan needs to be able to play more man. They need to be able to play more man-to-man because teams are going to test them in league play.
Right.
These teams are going to say, you haven't played teams that are going to test you down the football field the way teams in this league are. So Michigan, in this game, they were like, look, we're going to be soft on the edge. We're going to make you be patient. We're going to make you be methodical and see if you can do it. Well, you know what? Second half, Rutgers was able to do that. They were able to be methodical. They were able to be patient. And then they started mixing the run in there. And so Michigan had to make a decision. They got a little tighter on the corner, so they weren't giving up that underneath stuff as much. But now you have the issue with their zone reading the crap out of you. I mean, Pacheco is fast around the edge, but Vedral is a run threat, a legit run threat. Josh Ross is out of there. You aren't fitting to run as well. And then you have the offense compromising the defense by not sustaining drives. So now you got fatigue. Now guys aren't getting off blocks as well. It all compounds. I mean, if the offense could have given them a breather, maybe the defense would have fared better earlier. But that's why you give them a lot of credit, because they found a way those last few drives to bow up and really close the game out themselves.
I thought Chris Hitton said best. He's like, we've learned how to be a gritty team in the offseason workouts, and that really showed today.
Yeah.
Michigan survived 20-13 is a win. They're going to have to find out another way to get gritty next week as they go to the first road game at Wisconsin.
That's the main thing. It was a win. You showed some intestinal fortitude. Now you go in practice, try to fix some things as you go on the road, because regardless of how bad Wisconsin looks, they are at home, and Michigan hasn't won there since 2001.
And we'll find out if they can get it done.